Hello everyone! We're back and we're ready to do it all over again. Second week of the thing that's still not got a good name, so it's still called the Cabo Cast. Mate, if this ends up sticking, I'm going to be very disappointed. But Matt's back again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back. Not in a United shirt this time.
I know, the flag's still in the background in case you had any doubts about his allegiances, but...
Just in case.
And we said last time, this is not a Man United podcast.
No, it's not. No,
and we will not be talking about them the whole time, but I think after tonight's game and some mad things, it's got to be something that we talk about. But don't worry, we've got things from all over the place. We've got the Ballon coming up. That's going to be our main topic of conversation today. We're going to have a little bit of a talk about Everton as well. Not doing too well. The absolute madness that's going on at Juventus.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to have our Premier League predictions for week 2. We've got Derby being liquidated, which is a bit mad. And then... we've also got a very, very close game between England women and Latvia to talk about.
Yeah, intense.
So I think it's only natural that we start with Man United, because we are recording this on Thursday night. It's literally just happened. Yeah. Literally, I think, did it finish an hour ago?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
About an hour and a half, yeah. We've been sitting here saying we were going to start recording for about an hour.
Yeah, we have.
But here we are. And I think... they were talking on the commentary, and before we talk about anything, the commentary team they picked for this game.
Oh man, that is about as good as it gets. Like, when I heard Peter Drury, I was so happy. Then when it come on with Ali McCoist, oh my god, so good, so good. They
both just seem to care so much more.
Yeah,
it was like Martin Tyler, that'll be a banger. And since the Aguero moment, or maybe like Martial, he hasn't really been excited about anything.
Yeah,
but Peter Drury could have Burnley against Leeds, and Ashley Barnes scores from 2 yards, and he makes it sound brilliant.
Make it sound like a worldie. But the one that sticks in my head with Martin Tyler is G. I always think of G when I think of Martin Tyler for some reason. Against City, you know, when one way rounds the goalkeeper, he just screams, he's round the goalkeeper. I'm not going to scream it because if anyone's using headphones, that will hurt their ears. Yeah. But go and watch it. It's unbelievable. It's probably my favourite piece of commentary from him. It's not his most iconic one, but it is.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan actually of Amazon's like whole thing that they do, but I like their commentary teams for the big games. They do pick good ones. But I don't like getting a goal notification before the goal's been scored.
Yeah, that does annoy me a bit.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that you get speed up delay when you're watching real life football.
Yeah, I was watching it with my dad, and my dad was less live than I was.
Were you watching it on Amazon or?
Yeah. We were both live, and he was less live than I was.
So he was behind you?
He was behind me, right? But we were both live.
And it said live on both. You're both using Amazon.
Yeah, we were both using Amazon, live. But I was more live than he was.
Matt is the livest, in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But yeah, on to the actual game.
Yeah, I mean, it was... I think that Jones knows, or whoever, of Sky Sports, he said it was going to be a cagey affair. Well, it wasn't. He got that slightly wrong.
It was not cagey whatsoever.
He doesn't know that.
I think we've got to start. We've got to start with the main talking point of the match, in my opinion. Some of you might not have seen it yet, but corner for Arsenal. I think how many minutes in was this? Like 18 or something?
Yeah, about 15 or so.
Yeah, about 15 minutes in. Put a corner in, or it might have been a free kick. I can't actually remember. It gets cleared away. Fred studs De Gea.
Yeah, like you do.
Like he wasn't looking. He just steps back and just studs De Gea. Which you just do. You just do that to your goalkeeper. De Gea's laying on the floor injured. It comes out to Smith Rowe and he volleys it into the corner while De Gea is laying on the floor.
Yeah.
And the referee blows his whistle after the goal goes in. And the thing is, he blows his whistle and he goes like that.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to disallow it, but by the law, he can't.
Yeah, it's a weird one. So by the law, you can't disallow it because it's not a foul on De Gea.
Yeah.
But from, morally, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's not very fair because he's down, injured. Oh, he wasn't injured. He got up, but at that point in time, he could have had a broken ankle.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah. And at that point, he's down. And can he do anything about the goal? No.
No, of course not.
Could he have probably saved that if he was on his feet?
It wasn't the best shot, was it?
It wasn't. So, but it's impossible to argue that because you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just... If it hadn't been given, Arsenal fans would have been absolutely raging.
Yeah, by the law, I think it's the right decision.
But because it is given, United fans can be raging. Because from our perspective, it doesn't make sense. Like it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
Our goal can go in when the goalkeeper is injured. It doesn't make sense to me. But I can understand why it's a goal just about.
I think the thing is, they said on the commentary, like Arsenal or Henderson and whatever, I think Smith Rowe saw that De Gea was on the floor.
Yeah, that's why he hit it. He wouldn't have hit it otherwise.
He might have hit it, but I think the way he hit it, he just placed it. There wasn't powering it or anything. I think he knew that if it's on target, it's a goal.
Yeah, it did.
So I do think that he knew, and I think from a moral standpoint, they didn't do the right thing there. But you could argue he was looking down, he didn't see. It is possible. Not only he knows if he saw De Gea on the floor or not.
Yeah,
but if you're shooting at goal, you tend to know where the goalkeeper is before you shoot.
Yeah, usually. Unless you're Fred.
Unless you're Fred, then you just pass it back to the goalie. Just pass it back to another guy.
Or over the bar.
But
1 or 2.
It's mad because after that, that was 5 minutes, wasn't it? And the goal was given. The commentator said, "Well, I have to give it," but the referee didn't seem happy about giving it.
Yeah,
which is fair enough. Fred got an assist.
He did, and it was a good assist as well.
It was a lovely bit of play.
Yeah, really good from Jadon. Jadon Sancho is really coming into his own now. I can sense it. Everyone who said he's a washed-up player or whatever.
It was scary hours.
We haven't reached scary hours yet. But he is a talented boy, and I think he's starting to prove that. It's really good to see him. Score. He scored against Chelsea. Ice cool against Chelsea. That result, by the way, was excellent. My prediction of 4-1 was
we both predicted. I think I predicted 3-0. We predicted 4-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah. But and again, there he's so nice on the ball, and he just rolls it into Fred. Fred, in fairness, he actually had quite a good game, Fred, other than stunning his goalkeeper.
He wasn't rubbish. Like, for
Fred's
standards.
Awful, which says a lot. Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's a good little ball, and Fernandes puts it beyond the most overdramatic.
And that was the first of us seeing the same goal scored 3 times.
Yes, pretty much. It was like FIFA, the cut back on the byline.
It was. People were... You did it twice. Man United did it twice.
Yeah.
Second one, I think, was it Rashford to Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, same thing, right to the byline, cuts it back, slotted into the opposite corner. Then Arsenal did the same thing with Odegaard.
Yeah. It's the more impressive version of it, yeah.
Yeah, that had to be a good finish.
Yeah, our one was slow, and it was a good little finish from Ronaldo, but their one was one touch, and a much harder finish, so fair play, and then the penalty. So
then we're at 2-2, and with the penalty, if you guys haven't seen it, so those goals went in, Man United went 2-1 up, and then it was 2-2.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any debate to be had here.
Not really.
I don't think you can make a case.
I think even Odegaard knows it's a penalty. When he goes in, he knows it's a penalty.
Yeah, we can tell you what happened. Fred gets the ball in the box. Yes, it was Fred in the box again.
Yeah.
Odegaard comes round him, gets none of the ball, just goes through him. And the referee says no penalty.
Yep. And I was letting me know, and I was screaming at this point, because I was looking at it, like you can see from first instance there's a penalty, and they showed a replay, it's just completely taken.
Yeah, I saw the replay, and I was just like, I wasn't screaming, because I would rather Man United won because Arsenal closer to us in the table, but it doesn't really affect me too much. I was like, I was just thinking, there's no way they can decide this isn't a penalty. Because VAR always seems to try its best to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, no,
I don't know how.
I wouldn't have been surprised. Like, when he went over, I thought he'll look at it once, and then he'll give it. But he looked at it once, and then he looked at it again. And he looked at it again, and I was like, are you taking the mick?
I think he just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, but you can be sure after one look. Like, he doesn't get any of the ball, and he gets all of the man.
I'd understand if he looked 3 times at 3 different angles, but...
Yeah, no, it's the same angle 3 times.
I think it's twice. I think I'd look at it maybe twice, just see that he didn't win the ball and just have a look again, just in case.
Yeah, just to make sure. But
just in case it tripped or something. But
Ronaldo with his 801st goal,
a Sean Dyche style penalty.
It was a Sean Dyche style penalty, yeah. But to be honest, it's actually quite a good one, because the only way they can save it, they were saying on commentary, the only way they can save it is if they stand up.
Yeah, and still it's a hard one.
There's no way you were just standing up.
Straight down the middle, so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, do you remember the old FIFA penalties where you just hit it right off the crossbar?
Yeah.
No keeper could save it. That's exactly what
the unsavable penalty.
Yep.
I think it was savable, but
it was, but it would have been difficult, I think, to save.
Yeah, completely. But
then he hit.
After that penalty, literally nothing happened apart from Aubameyang.
I mean, yes, he was offside, but even still,
yeah,
I don't know whether to say it was a terrible miss or whether to say it was
a terrible miss. For me, it's a terrible miss. If you guys don't know, there was a ball that came in, it deflected off one of the United defenders and it got flicked into Aubameyang's pass. Yeah. I can show you, he's about this far from goal. You can't actually see that, but he's only about a metre from goal, falls on his foot, he smacks it at De Gea. Yeah. And the whole goal is there. It wasn't
probably about 3 yards or so.
Yeah, De Gea did make himself bigger than that, but he had so much goals to aim at still. It was not like he was stuck shooting at De Gea and De Gea closed down the angle. He had a whole goal to aim at.
Yeah.
Managed to kick it at De Gea. And it was offside, but your striker can't be doing that.
Yeah, and you notice he got brought off immediately after.
Yeah, he got embarrassed. And then Lingard came on as well, but obviously it wasn't
the teenage prodigy when he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he'd have been at the Emirates, he probably would have scored.
He would have scored at least 3.
Wasn't the case.
Yeah, we'll cover Jesse Lingard when it comes to January.
Yeah. But I'm happy with that performance, I think, overall. I don't
think Arsenal were rubbish.
They were. Oh, it was a good game. It's just
and
a good
if De Gea didn't get injured, it would have been 3-1 as well.
Yeah, I thought our fullbacks were good.
Yeah, which is rare because Wan-Bissaka was not.
It was good to see. It was good to see Tellers and Ballos, proper attacking.
Yeah, it was brave. It was brave, and it didn't pay off.
It worked. I think they both had really good games. I think Ballon on that right was excellent, actually. And Tellez, when he empties his pockets, might have to find Martinelli in there, to be honest.
Yeah, all that Martinelli did was jump over the ball for the second goal.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he did get the assist for the second goal, actually.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he's the one that passed the ball in.
Is it? I don't know, there was someone in the middle that looked like him. Someone moved out the way or something, I don't know.
I think it was Aubameyang.
Yeah, it might have been.
I think it's Martinelli who plays the ball in.
Oh yeah, Martinelli got the assist in there, I remember now. So I had Fernandes on my. I had to look at all the assists next. So I had Fernandes on my bench.
Yeah.
Basically, my plan with fantasy, no one cares about this, it's because I don't want to lose points. I was going to bring in Saka this week.
Yeah.
And then replace Antonio with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So take out Fernandes for Saka and then bring in Ronaldo for Antonio because Antonio hasn't scored for a while.
Yeah.
He's actually
Saka didn't even start.
Yeah, Saka's going to start the weekend now, and they've got Everton. And Everton are who we're going to be talking about next, actually.
Yeah. Might as well.
We're going to quickly talk about the game against Liverpool. I was at the West Ham game, so I didn't see it, but I saw the highlights.
I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it.
Just simply not good enough again.
Yeah.
And we don't need to go over this, because this was an expected result. You know, Liverpool have won more derbies at Goodison than Everton now.
And Everton have, yeah.
Yeah, which is mad. They've won more. They've almost won as many times at Goodison this season as Everton have in general.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's looking. We don't need to talk about the game. It's just Liverpool were the better side. Salah got a goal, got an assist, and missed a sitter.
He's done all 3. It's a miracle.
So it could have been more, and that's the thing. It's kind of like I know Liverpool against Man United, City against Man United. I know you don't want to be reminded of that, but just a difference in class, just a complete difference in class. But for me, they want Rafa sacked. They actually want the ball gone as well.
Really? Wow. Yeah, it is a mess.
They have not won in 8 games.
Wow. Yeah, that's bad.
They're in the bottom half, in about 14th. And this season, people have been talking about Calvert-Lewin being injured, and yes, that's a big thing. Richarlison's been injured as well. But having no Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison doesn't excuse conceding 5 against Watford, 4 against Man United, 3 against Villa.
I'm not
and
in the right,
losing in the Carabao to QPR.
I'm not gonna comment on conceding goals to Watford.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
They still conceded more goals against Watford though. They still conceded 5.
They did, but their net loss was still the same.
Yeah.
It was still by 3. So I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah, but the thing is, I haven't watched much Everton this season. I watched their game against Wolves though, they only lost it 2-1. But they were all over the place.
Against us they were good.
They're not organised.
Yeah, but when they played us, we drew 1-1 to them. And they were quite good against us.
Yeah.
They were good on the break. That was when Damari Gray and Andros Townsend were flying. But now, I haven't watched them really since, but now, they just seem to have stopped. They just don't.
It's mad, isn't
They
it?
don't seem organised, which is strange for a Rafa Benitez side. Like, I remember his Liverpool side's been difficult to break.
He did so well with that
Very-
Newcastle side as well, and they're much worse than his Everton team.
Yeah, I forget about the Newcastle team. Yeah. And now you look at it, it is poor, but it's hard because you knew when he took that job that as soon as he started losing a game or two,
He should never have been given that job. He has too much history with Liverpool. And he said before that he doesn't like Everton and that he doesn't rate them. He said stuff about Everton that means he should never have been their manager.
Yeah. I mean, the fans were always going to have a preconceived idea of him, weren't they?
Yeah.
So you knew
they're
they
already
were never
against
gonna
him before
take
they've played a game.
And unless they won like a trophy or something,
Yeah.
there was no way that they were going to take to him. No way they were going to take to him. And so I think I rate Rafa as a manager. I think Rafa's a decent manager.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. I have a lot of respect for what he's done, especially at Newcastle.
Yeah, but I think for them, it just doesn't work.
It
would
doesn't.
be like-
It was a silly appointment to make.
It'd be like, I don't know, Kenny Dalglish coming into Man United or something. It'd be.
It's like Gerrard
ridiculous.
it was like them appointing Gerrard as your manager.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't make any kind of sense, and I think it was nonsensical because the fans were protesting before he even got there.
Before they'd even kicked a ball that season. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, so
It's not
as you said,
a way to start.
it was literally beaten. Yeah, before the bell. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
and-
ridiculous.
I don't know how they do it. Every season with Everton, after about 6 games, they're top 3. And then they go on a massive losing run. It happens every single year.
Every year they have a really good transfer window, and then in your league predictions, you always predict them to get like 7th. And
I think they can be
always finish
summed
in that
up
spot.
by the Nepenthes F1 meme.
Yes, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
They can. That is perfect.
If anyone doesn't know that, I think they're getting easy top 3. They finished 16th.
You see the meme about Neymar and the Ballon d'Or as well.
Or was
See
it?
that?
Oh, he finished 16th.
It was the
didn't
same
he?
format, but yeah, it was Neymar and the Ballon d'Or, which actually segues quite nicely.
That actually goes on so well.
It was, yeah.
Because our
was
main
unintentional.
topic of conversation today, I apologise about all the other games that happened, but they're the...
Yeah,
I think Everton needed a bit of a talk about just because I can't believe how bad they've been with the team they've got.
Yeah. And
the Man United Arsenal one I just happened to actually watch. No one wants to hear about West Ham Brighton, really, do they? Neil
Did
Mopo
you
scored
lose
a great.
that? I haven't even really looked at
We
the
drew
results.
1-1. We've still never beaten Brighton in the Premier League. We were leading until the
Really?
88th minute, and then Neil Mopo scored an overhead kick. But they were made. Basically, what happened? We were winning, and to make us more solid defensively, we brought off Fornals for Masuaku.
Masuaku, yeah. I knew you were going to say Masuaku.
Every single time that guy comes on, he's okay going forward. He was brilliant. He was actually putting a good contribution going forward. He just let Lamptey run past him, and then he put the cross in for the thing.
God's sake.
But to kind of link us into the next thing, I don't think Masuaku's going to be going for the Ballon d'Or anytime soon.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's what we were meant to be
He's
talking about before we got sidetracked by West Ham's still not winning against Brighton. By the way, West Ham and Brighton have drawn their last 6 meetings now.
Oh my God.
And Brighton have drawn 7 in 9 of their last games.
Bogey team. Bogey team of Brighton.
Arsenal will have to be counted as a bogey team.
I don't know.
We always
Not
play
really.
better than Arsenal and lose.
Yeah.
Every time we play them.
That. Yeah.
They always seem to have an off day and win against us. But yeah, the Ballon d'Or, we'll stop complaining about teams West Ham lose to, because that list is very long and we'd be here for about 3 hours. But we could put AFC Wimbledon down on there and a few others. But yeah, the Ballon d'Or, where do we start?
I don't know.
What is
It's a mess, isn't
the
it?
biggest controversy? Is it who won, or is it Jorginho finishing 3rd?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, where do you even start? That there are so many problems, and I think the Ballon d'Or as a trophy and as an award has been declining.
I think
Last couple of years
since
been
they gave it to
improvements.
Modric, it's been losing its.
Yeah. And
That's no
now,
disrespect to Luka Modric.
I just don't even care anymore. I didn't even know it was Ballon d'Or day.
The FIFA the best
didn't-
one actually seems a lot more fair.
Yeah, I didn't care. Just didn't care.
I'll be honest. I knew it was on, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And then when it was on, I was looking. I was like, okay, Azpilicueta is apparently in the top 30 players in the world.
Yeah, I just knew Messi was going to win it.
I did. I knew Messi was going to win it.
Yeah, and you look at it and you just think, really, like, just give it to someone else. And I understand that he had a good season, Messi, and he's basically won it because he won the Copa America.
Yeah, I think, and he did have. If you stop this, if it was just the first half of 2021, he probably was better than Lewandowski.
He probably was.
He was brilliant over the first half of 2021, and he was playing in a rubbish side.
Yeah. How many goals is it he scored in this kind of, what is it, 70? Lewandowski, something like that?
It's absolutely mental. Messi, I believe, has scored twice for PSG.
Yeah, and he did it again, and he did it last year as well, Lewandowski. He scored 70 goals or whatever last year.
Yes, and so Lewandowski has no Ballon d'Ors, and he should have 2.
140 odd goals in 2 years, and he hasn't got a single Ballon d'Or.
Absolutely mental. So, just to be clear, Lewandowski, I think, is the winner for both of us. I wrote down the top 10.
In people's hearts.
Yeah, I wrote down the top 10, but I don't know if we could discuss it.
I haven't got one that I can.
I'll go in descending order from 10th to 1st.
Oh.
But I had Kevin De Bruyne 10th.
Okay. Yeah.
Donnarumma 9th.
Yeah.
Haaland 8th, mate. And Mbappe's not getting in my top 10.
No, I don't know. I don't understand how Haaland was in 11th. That's what I can't understand.
What did Mbappe really? I know that he's decent and whatever, but what did Mbappe do apart from score against Farmers and miss a penalty against the Swiss?
No, because he didn't even win the league.
They didn't win the league. Where were the Lille players in the Ballon d'Or debate?
None of them were there.
What's Jonathan David?
None of them were there, bro. I was looking for Yazici and Yilmaz, and neither of them were there.
I think. I was going to say, because of Turkey being bad at the Euros, they care about the international competitions way too much, and it's about 10 games. It's not even that they play.
Yeah, like I said, I think Messi won the Ballon d'Or because he won the Copa America.
Yeah. He won an international trophy. And at the same time, Sterling finished 15th. When he's been pretty bad for Man City.
Yeah, he's not been great. So he had a really good
good Euros, yeah.
But to be honest, Simon Kjaer, right, is only really there because of the Euros.
Kjaer should have got a different award.
Yeah, I don't think he should be in the Ballon d'Or.
He should have got some. Apparently, he has actually been very, very good for AC Milan.
I don't really.
And I don't know enough about them.
Yeah,
and he was very classy for Denmark. They didn't concede a goal until the semi-final or something.
Yeah, something like that. But I can't help looking at. I'll be honest. I didn't know how good he was for AC. But looking at it, it just feels like he was in the top 30 because of what happened at the Euros. And because he is a hero, and he absolutely is.
He is a good player. He's been a very classy player, and obviously he's an absolute hero for what he did. But I think he shouldn't be in the top 30. But some kind of other award should have been given to him.
Yes,
whether they make something or whatever.
Some kind of individual award. You see what they gave Lewandowski though?
They gave him the best striker.
Yeah, no, but have you seen the award?
What is it?
Literally, you know the little piece of cardboard you get on a pizza. Literally that.
Oh my god!
On a piece of wood.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. If you look it up, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have that other award as well, didn't they? They had like the Youngsters Award.
Yeah, they had the Copper Award.
Oh, yeah, the Copper Award, that's what it's called. That was Pedri, which I think is fair enough. He's played a game about every 3 days for last year.
Again, I can make... How many goals does Haaland have to score to win an individual award?
Was Haaland even up for that award?
It's the best player 21 and under. Haaland's
Surely
21.
He must have not. But for him to not win that, he must have not been up for it.
So he either must not have been up for it.
I think he must have not been up for it.
Yeah, must not have been because if he was, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, because when you look at the list, it's like Greenwood finishing 5th and whatever. And Greenwood's been good, but I'm not sure about that.
That Copper Trophy feels like a bit of a.
I think it's like golden. I think it's like Golden Boy. But yeah, exactly. It's just like BTEC Golden Boy Trophy.
They gave that to Pedri as well.
There's a rule with that, isn't there? Like once you've been nominated for that, you can't be nominated again or something.
I think you can only win it once.
Yeah.
I think it is.
It's like
you can be nominated.
After you've won it, you're a talent. You can't go again.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And I get that, to be fair, I do get that, but it does seem like a BTEC Golden Boy, and I think in the last few years the FIFA award has actually been a better indicator of it.
What, the best?
Why couldn't they have done the Ballon d'Or last year from home? They still did the best, and they did give it to Lewandowski.
Who won the best this year?
It's in about a week's time, I think. They haven't done it yet. About a week? Or it might be a bit later, but they haven't done it. That's when they do the FIFA 11 and whatever. And we can discuss that while we're here as well, quickly. I'd be putting Donnarumma in goal.
Every time I look at a goalkeeper, at the moment, I always compare them to Edouard Mendy.
There's one goalkeeper that Matt likes a lot more than any other, even more than De Gea.
Not than that. I mean, David De Gea to me is incredible.
Like, he has been good. You can't deny it. We spoke about it a lot last time.
Yeah, but I think, along with Big Dave, right, I think the best keeper in the league is Mendy.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people are going to say Edison and Alisson.
I don't think they get tested enough for you to see.
Yeah,
I think if Alisson went to West Brom,
yeah, but you look at them, I think Alisson doesn't get tested much, and when he does, he has a tendency to make a mistake.
Yeah, Alisson makes a lot more mistakes than Edison, doesn't he?
Edison doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah,
he also doesn't get tested ever.
Yeah, I think with Alisson should have saved 2 of our goals when we beat them. Yeah. Maybe even all 3. He was pretty rubbish, to be honest.
Mendy is incredibly consistent.
Yeah, that's something. Consistency is very key.
The goal against, for example, the goal against us, right?
Yeah.
The goal that we scored. Is there anything he can do about that? No, absolutely not. There's nothing he can, feasibly do.
Yeah.
He's got a sweaty goal on, and he's just rolled it past him. It's easy.
Yeah.
But
what do you do?
He gets tested a lot more than everybody else.
His catching is unbelievable.
It is unreal. But he doesn't get tested more than De Gea, for example.
No, who's going to get tested more than De Gea's been tested more than probably any goalkeeper apart from maybe Tim Krul or Dubravka.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He has been unreal. But I would be putting Edouard Mendy in, and I know it's going to be Donnarumma.
I can back either. I don't look at either of them and go they shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I would still be backing Mendy, I think.
And I know, what do you do? Do you go 4 defenders and do they have to be left and right backs, or?
Probably.
It doesn't matter because either way, Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't getting in my team.
No, I don't think he.
I think the the right back has to be João Cancelo.
Yeah, if you're counting Cancelo as a right back,
I would.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, my nose is a bit bad, but yeah, definitely.
No problem, mate.
Definitely.
If anyone's listening to this on Spotify, they can be really confused.
Yeah, no, that is going to be very confusing on Spotify.
Yeah, and for some reason this podcast is down to American football. I need to sort it out.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I think Cancelo definitely gets in. It's just a case of whether you count him as a left or a right back.
I count him as a right.
But regardless, he gets in.
I think in City's best team, he plays on the left so that there's no sign of Zinchenko.
Yes.
But I still count him as a right back at the moment.
Yeah, I would count him as a right back.
And I've got one, actually, with my Ballon d'Or. This will give away a lot of my Ballon d'Or list. Because the next player I would have spoke about, I know we cut off and we all go back to that. I had Chiellini in 7th because I think defenders just don't get the recognition they deserve.
Ooh. Yeah, Chiellini has been good.
Yeah.
Has been very good.
And remember, this is not thinking about how good they are right now. This is thinking about last season, which is why Virgil's not there.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
It's definitely understandable.
And unfortunately, Harry Maguire isn't there either. But
oh man, is Phil Jones in there?
He should be. He really should be.
Yeah, he played a lot last season.
Phil Jones hasn't conceded a goal this season.
Well, he hasn't played.
Exactly. Phil Jones has not conceded a goal.
What can I say? He's best defender ever.
Yeah, I mean, he could be keeper as well.
Be.
And he's got negative goal difference.
Striker.
We could do a whole podcast on Phil Jones.
Yeah, I mean, he's lethal in front of his own goal.
Yeah.
That's a debate for another time.
It's the faces and everything. He's a personality. And he did the tweet about the pot noodle in your mum's bedroom and all that.
What a guy.
What a guy. But yeah, I think Chiellini's been unbelievable. And if you want the understanding between your back two, There's only one man to go next to him. And for me, they are the reason that Italy won the Euros, because they did not have John Stones and Harry Maguire at centre back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
That was the difference between the two teams. Our attack is as good as theirs. Like if you look at like having Sterling, Sancho, Grealish, Kane, that's just as good as Chiesa and Immobile.
I'd actually argue it's probably better.
It's probably better.
And
our midfield, yes, I've got Declan Rice bias, but almost as good. Almost as good. I think Barella and Jorginho, who we're going to talk a lot about, is marginally better than... I think Rice and Phillips works better as a pair, actually, than them two.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I think the three of Verratti...
Yeah, Verratti's so underrated for what he does. He's very classy. But I just think the big difference in that final, and we know the Ballon d'Or talks a lot about international tournaments.
Yeah, we do.
Was those back two? They knew when to take. You remember with the Saka thing? They knew when to take a foul. Mm-hmm. They're just so experienced. They know when to make a foul. They know when to do everything. And I think they've both got to be there. I think because they finished next to each other in the Ballon d'Or. I don't know if you saw it. I think they finished.
I didn't.
I think they finished 12th and 13th or something like that. There wasn't much between them at all. Yeah, and then I think left back for this year would be a bit of an issue, but I don't know. I'd still argue that Robertson's been the best at left back, but when you look at any kind of team of the season or whatever, left back is always a bit of a weak position. You're really
It depends on whether you're talking last season or this year.
This year.
Shaw is the annoying one.
Shaw
was so good.
Shaw's lost it this season. For me, he hasn't been consistent enough.
Yeah, he was so good last season, so good in the Euros. And
brilliant at the Euros. That's the best I've seen him play.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it's been terrible this year. So
for me, Robertson just has to take it by default.
Yeah. Robertson kind of has to.
I mean, Alphonso Davies has started playing striker for Canada. He started playing. Have you seen that?
What?
Canada just go, he's our only good player, so we're going to play him at striker.
He plays up top,
They play Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies up front.
Yeah. The only two recognisable Canadians, they're both up front.
Mate, they've got Hutchinson.
He still play?
I think he does.
Jesus, I remember him from FIFA's long ago.
Oh, mate, I do as well. But yeah, a bit more of the team will be revealed here. I would not put Jorginho in this team, which tells you that he's not in my top 10.
Yeah.
Kante goes straight in. I think he won Chelsea the Champions League.
Yeah, pretty much. According to the chart, Kai Havertz won them the Champions League, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I love that chart, by the way.
I
think it's so good. But we should do an episode about chants as well. If you've got any proper episodes suggestions, drop them down below. They don't always have to be just round up news. We'll do some proper fun ones as well. But we've got that. So I think Kante, if you play two in the middle and two out wide, Kante has to be in there.
Yeah.
You could even argue that his partner's maybe KDB or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I would put... This is going to be very, very controversial. I'd put Salah and Messi out wide.
Yeah. Okay.
With Lewandowski.
Yeah, obviously.
And this is where Matt gets really annoyed. Karim Benzema.
I'm not that annoyed about Benzema.
I thought you were just going to go, no, he's not Ronaldo, can't have it.
No. It hurts, but I can admit that Benzema had one hell of a season.
Yeah, and Ronaldo is sixth on my list. But I had Benzema, Messi, Salah and Lewa are all above him for me. On my Ballon d'Or list.
Yeah, I'd say so. So
any other position, and he'd be in there. But it's the fact that he's in most contested position.
Yeah, the only argument I can make is maybe Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe.
I can argue that as well. Kimmich, again, German league doesn't get a recognition.
Oh, it doesn't.
Muller wasn't even in the 30, I don't think.
Neither was Kimmich.
Mm-hmm.
Neither was Goretzka. I think the only Bayern player in the 30 was Lewandowski. I think everybody else was left out.
The only guy from Bayern that ever got any recognition was Philipp Lahm and Neuer back in the day.
Yeah.
They really just didn't care. They really, really disrespect the German league.
Everyone always assumes that Muller's a bad player because of his
I
suppose Robin and Ribery did.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And yeah, definitely. But
Ribery probably should have won a Ballon
d'Or, and we're going to talk about that a bit more in a minute.
Yeah, we can do. But, no real arguments there. Not massively.
Yeah. But we're in complete agreement that Jorginho should be nowhere near the top 30.
No.
I
was saying to Kay before. I listed. How many was it? 13.
It was 13.
I think I listed 13 midfielders off the top of my head that are better than Jorginho.
I argued for Declan Rice.
I did not include Declan.
You will see on Saturday. We will lose, but he will win the midfield battle.
And that is all that matters.
It shouldn't be, but I've accepted we're going to lose to Chelsea.
Yeah. No, I could certainly argue that he's probably 14th best midfielder in the world. And
yeah. I mean, he's
without too many controversial picks, I don't think.
He's definitely not better than Kante.
Oh.
He can't do anything that Kimmich can't do.
Oh.
He's literally just an Italian Ilkay Gundogan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, Gundogan is probably about right. And you don't see Gundogan third in the bloody Ballon d'Or.
No, he wasn't involved. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne didn't get injured. He probably would have been a bit higher up. And you do have to consider
Bruno Fernandes in 20th. How? Man has carried us.
I thought Kane would have been a little bit higher, but I know I shouldn't have been top 10 just because of his second half of the season. But I think he would have been a little bit higher.
Yeah.
That's all we can change. But yeah, my top 5. So just to recap, I've got De Bruyne 10th, Donnarumma 9th, Haaland 8th, Chiellini 7th, and Ronaldo 6th.
Yep.
I went with Benzema 5th.
Ooh, okay.
Kante in 4th.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the bit that will annoy everyone. Messi in 3rd.
Right. Okay.
Salah in 2nd, and Lewandowski is the winner.
Right.
I don't think you can knock what Salah's done.
There are a few...
And he's done it the whole time.
I can't argue Lewandowski winning.
You can't. You cannot argue. The one thing, quickly, that I think goes against Lewandowski, it's the only thing I can think of for why he hasn't won the Ballon d'Or. He missed 35 big chances this season.
That's also true. Yeah.
And I think Benzema only missed like 12 or something.
Yeah. I would have Benzema at least 4th.
Fair enough. I can back that. I can completely understand that.
Because I think Karim Benzema has had an unbelievable season and no one seems to have noticed.
No one seems to care.
No one cares about it. I feel like Karim Benzema is a bit like Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
He's always brilliant and no one cares.
Yeah, Real Madrid have had some good players this season. Like Vinicius has been amazing, but no one cares because they lost to... Didn't they lose to Sheriff?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no one cares because they lost to Sheriff.
Benzema scoring however many goals it is now. No one cares.
He's absolutely insane. Yeah.
And
so
I'm
guessing you want Messi 2nd.
I mean, I don't know because I don't really follow PSG.
I know that he scored twice.
I know he scored twice, but I don't really follow PSG, so I don't really know what he's done.
Yeah. Well, your answer is nothing. Well, your answer is that he scored twice.
Oh right, yeah, but
I've seen
it hard to argue against Salah, even though it hurts me to the core. I find it hard to argue against Salah because he has been so good, and Liverpool weren't very good last year. They were terrible last year. Let's be honest. And he dragged them.
He dragged them to 4th.
All the way. So I'm not going to argue.
Did they finish 3rd or 4th?
3rd.
Oh yeah, because Chelsea finished 4th.
That's 3rd. Yeah, it was Chelsea 4th.
Yeah. Well, that could have been us.
Yeah.
It
wasn't us. We got into 2nd. Let's go.
Lovely.
Now we're in the depths of 11th.
But yeah, you still beat Arsenal, which is helpful for us because it means we have actually opened a 1-point gap up.
Yeah.
So that was quite helpful.
Got Ralph coming in.
Yeah. I know, absolutely brilliant for us. But we do this every week. We have like a little bit of a game or something, or a little bit of a more interesting debate.
Yeah.
Worst calls the Ballon d'Or committee have ever made.
Oh my god!
And for
where
me,
do I start?
there is one that stands out about against all others.
What's that?
Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah.
And remember, this is before Messi or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
68 goal contributions. 42 goals and 26 assists. And they gave it to Pavel Nedved, who didn't even win Serie A Player of the Year.
It's just unreal.
Yeah, you know,
not there.
Yeah, he didn't even win Best Player in Serie A. They gave that to Maldini. Like Serie A gave that to Maldini.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I cannot understand how that's possible.
And again, this is no disrespect to Nedved. He was a very, very good player, but
yeah, but not. I mean, that was Henry's year.
Yeah.
And the other one, I think I mentioned it earlier. Actually, Franck Ribéry in 2013.
I mean, there is I can see the argument against him, but still, yeah.
I mean, I've just got the stats up here.
Yeah, go on.
So Ronaldo scored 66 goals in 56 games, which is
unbelievable,
right? But Ribéry also starred in a Bayern treble.
That was when they won Champions League, wasn't
it? They won everything they could win. They won it that year. Ribéry was probably their best player that year. So
yeah,
I find it hard to argue. Like, yes, the stats, like raw stats, aren't as good.
And still, international tournaments have too much power when they're on. They weren't on that year, but I think that's really dumb.
What I don't understand is they went with raw stats then, and they didn't go with raw stats this year.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and the thing that annoys me, the thing that's worse about Ribéry is he didn't even finish second. He finished third.
He finished third. He finished behind Messi and Ronaldo, didn't they?
Yep.
And I just think there's problems with the Ballon d'Or. Like, what has a defender got to do to win the Ballon d'Or?
It's impossible. I mean, one person has it. It's Cannavaro, isn't it?
Yeah. And he shouldn't have. And he shouldn't have won it that year. Buffon should have won it.
Yeah.
That was one of the very, very debatable ones because Buffon, a lot of his clean sheets came from Buffon bailing him out.
Yes, yeah.
So that one's absolutely mad. We've spoke about him earlier. We've got to talk about Luka Modric.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I mean, that was another one where Ronaldo probably should have won it.
I think he should, yeah. That was Noodle Hair Ronaldo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it was Noodle Hair Ronaldo.
You can't doubt Noodle Hair Ronaldo, can you?
Yeah, but that year as well, Messi finished in 5th.
And he didn't have the best season, but he shouldn't have finished 5th.
I shouldn't have finished 5th. Should have still been top 3.
Yeah, easy top 3.
Yeah, 16th? No, he didn't finish in 16th. But
can you imagine if that ever happened?
Yeah. There have been a few really bad ones, but I think one of the bad ones is Michael Owen.
That was my other one that I had written down, Michael
Yeah,
Owen.
Michael Owen's a weird one. So I've got the stat here, right? 24 goals in 46 games.
And Liverpool only won an FA Cup and nothing else.
He did. My one won the Ballon d'Or. Oh no, he actually won the FA Cup and the League Cup and the UEFA Cup. So
they won the Mickey Mouse treble.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they won the terrible version of what we won, and he got a Ballon d'Or for it. None of our players got a Ballon d'Or for winning the actual treble.
What I want to see is someone who when they manage to get the most Mickey Mouse competitions ever. I want someone who walks away from a season having won like the UEFA Conference League, the Nations League, and the Charity Shield.
Yeah. Something like that. Or like the Papa John's trophy.
Oh mate, can you imagine if someone wins like the Conference League, the Papa John's and like League? That's just the joke double. You win like League 2 and the Papa John's.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous.
So you've done the double.
Or the League 2 playoff final and then the Papa John's trophy.
Yeah, like
it's got to be.
Like, do you count it as a major honour? Like winning the playoffs? Like, do you count it as a trophy?
It's a trophy, isn't it? It's a trophy.
Yeah, like we don't have it on our trophies list.
Oh, do you not? Okay,
no.
I counted it. I didn't know. But,
no, because we've got like the Arsenal thing around our stadium where it says the trophies. We've only got 3, but
yeah.
We still got. Actually, no, we've got 4. We have got 4. We've won the FA Cup 3 times. No, it's in the main stand. It's like where the hospitality is. We've got 3 FA Cups and a European Cup Winners' Cup, which basically is the Europa League.
Yeah. Not bad.
He's not the best though, is he?
That's not the best, but it's not bad.
I know. See, but I mean, Bobby Moore's never won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He's up there. Pele's probably won it for some bangers scored in his back garden.
Yeah, he banged in goals against a bucket. And Cal the Dragon.
Mate, he's just Cal the Dragon. When's Cal the Dragon going to be up for it? He's running the Gardens League.
How many goals has he got in the Garden League? It's about 100.
I don't know. Let's just remember that he did draw with a wheelbarrow and did a press conference after. I got sent off for 2 foot in a bucket, but it's been a mixed season. It's been a mixed season.
He shushed the garden hose as well.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever done that?
I haven't, I actually haven't.
I wouldn't play against objects in the garden when I was a kid. I'd play against nothing.
Yeah, I just imagine.
Or you just put you'd put something down as a mark. You'd make a wall out of chairs or something.
I used to get a hobble box and just stick it there.
But you don't run over and sue the.
I used to knee slide and shush it.
You didn't have AstroTurf then, did you?
Oh no, I didn't. That was back when I had actual grass.
Oh, no.
If I did it on AstroTurf, without long trousers on, my knees would not be where they are now. They'd still be on the AstroTurf.
Oh, they'd still be getting ripped. They'd still be ripped to this day, mate.
Pretty much.
The AstroTurf doesn't come off well from that either, though.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
But we were meant to be talking about Michael Owen, and we've ended up talking about 2 foot in garden items.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Owen. I mean, apparently, yeah, it was Raul.
It should have been Raul,
yeah. Should have won it. Yeah,
should have been Raul. And
it wasn't.
Just to finish it off, because I need the title of going, Lewandowski shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or, blah blah blah.
Right.
The only other thing, apart from the misses, that I can think of was how bad Poland were at the Euros.
Yes. Well, how bad Poland always are at the Euros.
They always qualify and they're always terrible.
I don't know whether anyone else does this, right? But you get the spreadsheets at Euros or
and
World
you do
Cup.
predictions.
You do your predictions. I always put I always get Poland into a quarter final. I'm like, yeah, this is the year Poland are going to do well. And every year they go out in the group. Every single year they go out in the group.
Never forget Turkey in the semi-finals.
Yeah. I had Turkey in the quarter-final. And I had Poland in the quarter-final. And guess what?
Sweden always somehow scamming their way to quarter-finals.
Yeah, Sweden did it.
Switzerland are always a good shout.
Yeah, every year. I mean, it's ridiculous. I always bet on Poland and they always screw me over.
Always. Never put your money on Poland, guys.
No, never do it. Don't do it.
Even if they drew with England.
Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, shall we move over to there's been a lot of Italy bashing tonight and it's going to continue because we're talking about Juventus.
Oh god, yeah.
We've already chatted about Jorginho a lot.
Yeah.
And Chiellini. And Donnarumma.
Yeah.
But it's a bit more of an Italian theme going on here because Juventus might get relegated again.
Yeah, again. Yeah, so I read this. So apparently, Paolo Paratici,
who is now at Tottenham,
guys at Tottenham, apparently some kind of fraud allegation.
It's something to do with when they loaned Romero.
Yeah, it's
to Atalanta.
40, I can't remember if it's 43 or 63 transfers are now.
It's quite a lot. Cancelo is involved as well. And Danilo, and Pjanic, and Ronaldo, yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at all of them because apparently they were a bit dodgy.
They might be agent, some fees might have gone the wrong way or something. When they do the agent fees, they might have gone some to CEO or something.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I'm going to assume the implications will only actually affect Juventus.
I don't think they'll affect any of the players. I think the players don't really know what's going on.
And I'm going to assume it won't affect Spurs. It might affect Paratici. It won't affect Spurs, I don't think.
The only thing is that the main transfer is Romero. That's the only thing. And the fact that he's still there now. And maybe he tried the same thing when he came over from Atalanta. But he'd be stupid to try it twice, wouldn't he? Especially in England, where there seems to be a lot more regulation. The government seems to be wanting to get involved a bit more now.
Yeah,
so it'd be mad if you got away with it twice. But this is not the first time Juventus have been threatened with relegation for what they've done.
No, it's not.
Yeah, most of you guys listening will probably remember this, but in 2000, some of you might not, so I'll go over it. In 2006, they got relegated to Serie B for match fixing, and they got stripped of 2 titles, but they weren't the only ones involved. I think Milan, Lazio and Fiorentina were also involved. That's AC, by the way, not Inter.
Yeah, I remember that. It's really, really weird.
I know, but Juventus have been, I think they've only been relegated like once or twice, and it's always just, they never get relegated because they're football inability.
It's just themselves, yeah. It's being dodgy.
Yeah, but the other people that are being investigated, Pavel Nedved's back.
Of course he's back. Why would he be back?
This is going to sound really bad, but I hope this guy gets arrested. Agnelli.
Oh, God.
He's the Italian Fiorentino Perez. I really don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he gets arrested. Jesus. Yeah.
I never thought I'd be saying that.
Yeah, no. I mean,
it's like,
yeah.
It's like, more pay you are a cheat, and I hope Brighton get relegated.
Yeah, I hope Brighton get relegated.
I hope your CEO gets arrested.
Oh, God. Yeah. What a mess that is.
It's what a mess. But there is a club that we also want to talk about quickly. They're in even more of a mess.
They're down bad.
And this is such a shame.
It is.
It's the club that have got more points in the Championship than any other team.
Yep.
Well, in the second tier of English football, they've got about 900 points in the second tier of English football.
Like that.
They hold lots of really good records, such as least points in their Premier League season.
The single worst Premier League season in history, yeah.
Do you think Newcastle can beat them?
Well, I don't know whether Newcastle could, but I reckon Norwich have a shout.
Norwich looks... both. I watched the whole of that game. It was the most tragic thing I've ever seen.
Norwich just can't defend. It just feels like they come up every year because their attack is better than everyone else in the Championship. And they go back down because the defence is worse than everyone else.
Yeah, we could do a whole thing for Norwich. It is, and people, it's been analysed at this point. They do it for the money. Delia Smith does it for the money. She wants to be having the money.
Yes, let's be having.
Literally, what they do is they go down, they get the money from coming up. They get relegated. They cut everyone's wages because they all know they got relegated. But then they receive the PL parachute payments. They don't buy anyone, and then they come back up.
Yeah, that's what they do. They do it every year. Yeah, but how do we get onto Norwich? Anyway.
We're meant to be talking. We haven't even mentioned the club's name yet.
Oh, we haven't, yeah.
Derby County are facing liquidation.
Derby County. So
Wayne Rooney at the wheel.
How many points have they been deducted now? Is it like 21 or something?
They would be on 22, but they are on 1, so it is 21 points. Yeah. They would be 19th should they have had no deductions.
Yeah. They didn't have a great start to the season anyway.
They were awful last season, I've got to say.
They're
so close to going down.
Their team is good enough to stay up.
Yeah,
and even with the minus 21, I think they've still got a chance.
They are currently 20 points adrift of where they need to be.
But I think their squad is good.
They've done well with what they have. They've done very well with what they have. They have one of the smallest squads in the league because of the financial constraints.
Because of the amount of problems they've
had to sell a lot of players, and they have still. They've only won 4, but they've got a lot of draws. They're like the Brighton of the Championship.
Yeah.
They haven't done a bad job. It's just HMRC, which is, if you're not from the UK, basically they're in charge of like tax and like debts and payments and all that. If Derby don't pay them 20 million, I think it's by next week actually, or it's very close, then they will go the same way as Bury.
Yeah.
And Macclesfield.
Which will be really sad to see.
Because Derby is no disrespect to Bury, but Derby is a big team.
Derby's a proper big club, yeah. I mean, I'm in Nottingham, so they're a local Derby away. They're literally, you can get on a bus.
You can get on a bus to Derby, can't you?
Oh yeah. I said a local Derby away. I didn't mean to pun that, but yeah.
Yeah, but
ignore it. But
it's a one club area, isn't it? It's close to Nottingham, but it's an area of one club.
If you don't support Derby, if you're from Derby, then you don't really.
You're not from Derby.
It's pretty much, yeah.
But you don't support Derby if you don't live in Derby.
No, it's a bit. Yeah, it's one of those. How many times can we say Derby in a minute? Jesus Christ.
When they play Nottingham Forest, you have the Derby.
Oh, God. But, yeah. We'll move on.
But, yeah, just quickly, HMRC have it in their hands. They can write off the debt or suspend it or whatever. Just please do the right thing. Let them survive. They're going to get relegated anyway.
Yeah.
You know, next season we'd have Derby versus Sunderland in League One.
That's going to be mad.
Yeah.
That's going to be mad. Like, two big, proper Premier League clubs.
But yeah, when you're looking at League One at the moment, next season you could potentially have Sunderland, Derby, Charlton, Portsmouth, Wigan, Blackpool.
Weird. It's really weird.
We know Rotherham are just going to go up and down.
Yeah, Rotherham always do that. I don't know where Wycombe are.
I think Wycombe got relegated, so Wycombe are in League One.
Yeah, I don't know where they are in League One, whether they're thinking to come back up or not. Big Bio is retiring at the end of the season as well.
I don't think he's retiring. I think he's going to go to #United.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool, though. That would be cool. But it'll probably get an end of an era.
Let's be honest, that is retirement, really, isn't it? Joining Spencer FC. So.
It's a bit like the MLS, isn't it?
It is. It's probably a bit harder than the MLS.
Probably is.
Going away to... You know how United played against AFC Sudbury last week, the team that got to the first round?
Really?
Yeah, no, I think they beat them.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
I want to see hashtag against Welling or someone.
Mate, the day that United make it to the first round of the FA Cup.
Oh, yeah.
That's the day I'm waiting for. But, we're on...
watching.
I've got to the end of my list of stuff.
Yeah.
We have the thing that we're meant to do every week. We've got the Premier League predictions.
Right, yeah, I need to have a look at it.
And I can just read you out the fixtures, mate.
Okay.
They're in order of when they are again. The first one I think is a very, very easy one. West Ham against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think that'll probably. I probably think that'll be a Chelsea win.
It's got to be. It's got to be. What do you think the actual? What do you think for the actual scoreline? Because I've had a bit of faith in us and said 2-0, but I think if we play like we did against Brighton, we'll lose about 4-0.
I was thinking 2-0.
I don't think we'll score. Antonio needs a rest. Antonio just looks finished.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what to say, really, yeah. I think 2-0.
There's so much, we said so much about Chelsea last week. They're unbelievable. Even without Reece James, if he isn't fit, Chilwell's obviously not fit. They're just still good. They're still very, very good. The next one is one that I don't think anyone is voluntarily going to go and watch. Newcastle against Burnley.
Oh, it's going to be a tie and a half, that screams 1-0 Burnley to me.
Yeah, I said 2-0 Burnley just because...
Really?
Yeah, they can score goals when they're playing Newcastle.
Yeah. Even with Eddie Howe going in there, I still think Newcastle are terrible.
Eddie Howe had been in a dugout for 10 minutes and someone got himself sent off.
Newcastle were not in a good way.
Yeah, I can't see them winning a game. There was periods against Norwich where they could have gone on and won, and St Maximin eventually will drag them to a win against someone.
Yeah.
It should have been Norwich. It really should have been Norwich.
Yeah,
Norwich were pretty awful.
Yeah.
But playing against 10 men, it kind of made it even. Neither side wanted to attack the other. They just both wanted to pass it around. But yeah, I think we're both in agreement. It's going to be a Burnley win. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Sean Dyche is going to be out there in his shirt.
Yep. I don't think I'll be tuning into that one.
No, I won't be. I won't be tuning into the next one either. I can only see one result here. It's Southampton against Brighton.
Oh.
And I think it's quite safe to predict that Brighton are going to draw.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's just how many goals get scored.
1-1, but Brighton win on XG by about 6 goals.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I'll back you on that.
Yeah.
1-1. Yeah, probably. It'll be a similar game to the West Ham one.
Southampton will go ahead. Trossard will get the equaliser.
If that happens, it's going on the Clips channel.
Other people are going to sky it from. I don't know. It could be any Brighton player. Someone's going to miss a sitter. Someone's going to miss another sitter.
Yeah.
Someone's going to miss another sitter.
Trossard will hit the post 4 times.
Was that against Man United?
That's against us. Yeah, he managed to do the woodwork challenge.
That was the one where you got a penalty after the game finished, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You hit 2 posts and a crossbar.
Can
and
you
then we
imagine
got a penalty.
explaining that in future? I remember the things coming down my phone. Full
Full
time.
time.
Bruno Fernandes penalty. Full
And then Bruno
time.
Fernandes makes it 3-2. Yeah.
Oh
and then
God.
full time.
Next one. It's not the hardest, I don't think. It's Wolves Liverpool.
Well, it'll be Liverpool.
I've only gone 1-0 Liverpool. I think Wolves will cause some problems, but Liverpool end up winning.
I don't think they'll cause them enough. I'm going to go 2-0.
I don't think they'll offer much attacking, but I think they'll be frustrating. But Liverpool eventually score.
I think I would say maybe a bit of Salah brilliance or something.
Yeah.
Put them 1-0 up. Then maybe a counter attack.
I feel like when they win by 1 goal, a lot of the time it's Jota.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why, but a lot of the time it's him.
Jota's had a really good season.
He has, yeah. He just goes onto the radar a bit, doesn't he?
He has, yeah.
Next one's quite similar. It's quite a similar balance. Watford against City.
Oh well.
Cycling GK.
Lost the lad. But
he's
injured.
not in there? He's injured.
Oh well, then they're definitely going to lose. I mean, City could take them apart, really, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But was it Chelsea that only beat them 2-1?
Yeah, and it had to be from a Rudiger long shot. It was Watford made it really hard work.
Yeah, City. Yeah, I don't honestly think City will struggle in that game.
No, I'm not sure about the actual score. I think it will be. I only think it will be 2-0 because I think they'll do what they've done in a few games this season. They've just taken it easy and they've just outclassed, but they haven't actually scored many goals.
Yeah,
which I don't think is the right approach because they could easily finish the season level on points with Chelsea.
Yeah, easily.
I think they haven't got the goal difference.
I think it depends. If they turn up properly, it could be 5.
Yeah, they don't seem to have really been smacking anyone recently.
If they sit back, win the game nice and easy, it'll probably only be 2.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 2. I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Leeds Brentford. This should be a very open game.
Oh my God! Yeah, that could be anything. That could be literally anything.
This could easily be a 3-3, 4-4.
Yeah, I've got a 3-3 in my head, or something like that. Like a 5-3 or something stupid like
This is going to be the game that finishes 0-0, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. After everything, that's the game that's going to finish 0-0.
I've gone with 3-1 to Leeds.
Really? I'm gonna go...
But it just as easily be 3-1 to Brentford.
I'm going to go 3-all.
3-all, fair enough.
I think I'm just going to go high scoring, both sides, can't really defend, just vibes.
Matt's not going to like the next one.
Oh no.
Man United 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Really?
I don't know why, I just think they're going to do what they did against City and just turn up.
No, we're going to take him apart.
This is going on the Clips channel when you lose.
Yeah, I know. Ranić's first game, Ronaldo on fire, Sancho back to his best. Sorry, Patrick Vieira, but you're going to get brushed.
It's scary hours, Patrick.
If we lose, and this goes on the Clips channel, I'm not going to be happy.
Okay.
But no, I'm confident. It's very rare as a Man United fan that I can say I'm confident in a game. I am confident that we will beat Palace.
Yeah.
Because not only do we have Ronaldo, we've got a manager.
An actual manager, not a PE teacher or a coach.
Or Michael Carrick, yeah.
Legend.
Bruno scoring today gets him back on track. He had a really good game.
Agreed.
Ronaldo scoring 2 does that. Sancho starts coming to form.
I love the way that Ronaldo has somehow still managed to score a tap-in and a penalty.
Yeah, well,
you score what comes to you, and he didn't look good all game. But people that slander him must be loving the fact that that's how he's scoring his goals.
That's all right. He scored his 800th goal with a tap-in. Don't worry.
Mental.
But the only one that's been a bit slacking is Rashford. At the moment.
He got an assist today, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Yesterday now.
Oh yeah, yesterday now. But that tells you when we're recording this, by the way. But I think Rashford's been a bit slacking, and he wasn't that great throughout the game.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do much throughout the game that made you think, oh yeah, that's Marcus Rashford. Usually he's very kind of active and running about, and he just didn't. It's a bit off it.
Yeah.
But I think Ralph will get us playing probably. And watched it, did you say? Our press was excellent.
Yeah, it was. I watched the whole game.
That was with Michael Carrick. So with Ralph in there, I think, I'm going to say like...
You can't make Ronaldo press the whole time, but they were working hard.
I'm gonna say 3-1.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Fred might keep his place.
I think he will. I don't think he was bad today. I thought he was quite good today.
He's still got a mistake in him because obviously he did stop the goalkeeper.
Of course he does. But as a buzzy little player, he's good.
And he was playing box to box as well.
He was getting in their box. He's actually more dangerous when he does that.
McTominay is still non-existent.
Tommy still doesn't do anything. There's no point in having McTominay in there.
I've backed him so much, but he can't be playing. But I've got a feeling that Ozone Edouard is going to sneak an equaliser.
I think Edouard's going to score. I think Ronaldo will get two.
Viva Ronaldo. Fair enough.
Someone else will score. I just think as well. I expect us to press. Whenever we play,
press so much better. And Palace are a nice side, but they like having time on the ball.
And I not only do I expect us to press, I expect us to press relentlessly. Because Ralph will drill that into us, I think, and we will want to. Because not only will we get new manager bounce, whatever you want to call it, it's impressing someone. Yeah. So we will press our hearts out.
Yeah. And first game, you want to keep your place, especially if you've got a tattoo. You're in trouble.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I wouldn't be surprised about. I wouldn't be surprised if we score early. If we score...
You don't do that enough.
We don't, but I think within maybe 10 minutes, I reckon we'll be 1-0 up.
Yeah, fair enough. And what Man United need to do is score early. They need to be able to do, if they want to be there, they need to be able... Liverpool don't really do it as much for me, but with Chelsea and City, you score early and then you're just in control. Like, it might only be it might finish 2-0, but there's never any doubt about who's going to win the game.
No, never in a million years. And the thing with City that really annoys me to watch them is that you always feel like if you score, they'll just score again.
Yeah.
You just feel like, we made it 2-1, and then 5 minutes later they'll just go.
I mean, I don't know why, but you always seem to win your second game against City in a season. Always. I don't know why.
It's absolute mess. Yeah, we do manage.
Do you remember when you beat them and they didn't win they had to wait another week to win the league, and they were all crying that they didn't win the league that week?
Yeah, they needed to win the league at Old Trafford, and we didn't let them. Because that's how we do. We don't let them do that.
Shall we move on to the next game?
Go ahead.
I'll let you go first for this one. Tottenham against Norwich.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I've put down a scoreline I never want to put down on any game ever.
It's going to be like 4-0 Spurs or something.
I said 4-0 Spurs. I reckon Harry Kane is still not going to score a goal, but it's going to be 4-0 to Spurs.
Yeah.
This is the kind of game that Spurs lose, isn't it?
Is it 2-0 they beat Brentford? Well, yes.
Yeah, it was an own goal and then sweat to Son.
I'm gonna go 3 because I don't want to say 4. I'm gonna go 3.
I mean, Antonio on his own scored 4 against Norwich last time we played them.
Yeah, I just think Norwich are so bad. Like,
it's a shame.
Like there's teams that can't defend, and there's Norwich, who just literally do not have a defence.
I just want to understand their transfer policy. They've got like Gibson and Hanley in their squad.
And they buy a striker.
They bought Sargent, who is awful.
Yep.
And Rashika, who's got injured.
Yeah.
To be fair, Lise Malou looks okay. Lise Malou looks okay.
Yeah, Lise Malou looks alright. But it just doesn't make any sense. Their whole policy makes no sense.
I think Norwich will beat one big team every season. They always do it. Every season. Obviously, because Tottenham aren't a big team, it won't be this week.
Subtle dig.
I'm hoping it's not next week because we've got them soon.
Right, yeah. Humongous West Ham.
Massive doesn't describe it. West Ham could be the size of the entire universe, so we still wouldn't beat Brighton.
Yeah, I do see that going Spurs' way.
I think it has to.
Yeah, I'd be very, very surprised if it doesn't.
The next one I think is really interesting. Aston Villa against Leicester.
Ooh.
This is a really hard one to call. Leicester aren't doing particularly well recently. Villa are doing better than they were. This really, I don't know what to say for this one. I've gone with 1-1 just because I think if you don't know, a draw is probably a decent shout.
I don't know, because part of me would say like 2-1 Villa.
I could back that.
Another part of me would say like 3-1 Leicester.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 2-1 Villa, 3-1 Leicester, or 1-1.
I've got no idea.
There will be goals, because surprisingly Leicester aren't that brilliant at defending this year.
No, yeah, which is strange for a
I thought
Rodgers
they'd be
side.
brilliant with Vestergaard coming in.
Yeah, he got injured though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Or
he got
back
in.
now?
I believe Fofana's injured, isn't he?
Yes, Fofana's injured. Justin's injured.
Johnny Evans isn't playing as well. Ricardo Pereira, to be fair, Ricardo Pereira's injured as well.
Yeah.
Thomas
They
has
basically
actually
don't
been
have any
impressive when
fullbacks,
he's come
do
in.
they?
Thomas
Has
always
been
comes in
impressive.
and be impressive, and then just gets kicked out the team as soon as someone else is fit.
Yeah. As soon as someone returns to fitness, bosh, out you go.
Yeah. Still want to see the day they let Hamza Chowdhury actually play.
Yeah. He always seems to come off on the bench, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Never
He's known
actually
as having
start.
big hair.
Yep. He took Fellaini. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Villa. I think. I'm
I
just gonna
can't.
go
You
with
could. The thing with this game and Brentford, you could give me any score, whatever it is,
And
would not sound
it could be-
ridiculous.
that. Conceivable, yeah.
We've got one more game, Everton against Arsenal, and I think after all we've said about Everton tonight, I think there can only be one way that we predict this.
God. Yeah. I think Arsenal were quite good against that. They weren't great against us, but they were decent.
I could see
against us.
Everton not winning another game until Benitez has to get sacked.
Possibly. I also wouldn't be surprised if they get a draw. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
they got a draw against Tottenham, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that
They
was
got a
under
draw against
Conte
us
as
as
well.
well.
That was under Conte.
Yeah, they drew against us as well.
They got a draw with you.
That
We
was
only
under-
beat them 1-0. And to be fair, we've beaten Everton, I think, 3 times in a row now. They have been a bogey side for us for years.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Arsenal should win though. Let's
I
be
said
honest.
3-0
Arsenal
to
should win
Arsenal.
that. I don't think it'll be 3, but I do think they'll win it. I'll go.
Yeah.
Lord knows. 2 now?
Yeah, fair enough. I think the more I've watched Arsenal,
Reckon?
I enjoy a lot of the players they've recently signed.
Yeah.
Tommy Ansu, I thought has been a lot better. I thought he'd be a backup. He's
Yeah.
good. Lukonga's really good to watch.
The Congo's good. Yeah.
Obviously, they've got their own boys. They've got Smith Rowe and Saka.
Yeah, Smith Rowe and Saka and that. Yeah.
They just need a good striker because Aubameyang after tonight is not good enough. And
Yeah.
Lacazette just came on and couldn't pass properly.
Yeah. Lacazette looked like Martial when he came on.
But
Just didn't do anything.
There's a lot of promise in their squad.
There is. It
Is mad. Like with the players that they've got in their academy and the players that are coming through, there could be a day when that's probably not going to happen because I think they're going to leave. They could, if they all get there, and I don't think they will. They could line up with Nketiah, Balogun, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka all on the pitch.
Yeah. That could be ridiculous.
But it does look like Nketiah's going to leave. It also looks like Balogun's going to leave.
Yeah. Maitland-Niles as well.
Oh yeah, Maitland-Niles. I don't think that can be retrieved. I think he's going to go in January. I think he has to.
Yeah, I think he has to.
Yeah, but I can't wait for the transfer shows. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
that's gonna be incredible.
I love it. And
Definitely,
there's one more
yeah.
thing we wanted to talk about.
Go.
I should have put it in before predictions.
Probably should have, yeah.
UEFA, why do these pointless games still happen? Why do these pointless international qualifiers in both the women's and the men's games still happen?
Yeah, now I know what you're talking
What
about.
is
Yeah,
the
I'm
point
sorry.
of playing a team that you beat 20-0? If you guys don't know, I'm referring to England women against Latvia. But in England's group, they've beaten Macedonia 11-0.
Yep.
They beat Northern Ireland 5-0. And to be fair, Northern Ireland did play quite well. They beat Macedonia themselves. And Northern Ireland women are actually doing a lot better than they ever have. They've got to international tournaments and whatever. We've played some other teams. It's just been tragic. Belgium won 19-0 as well. Spain won about 13-0, and they were the third highest scorers on the
won
night.
about 15-0 or something as well. Macedonia.
And we've seen it in the men's game as well. We've seen Germany against Liechtenstein, England against San Marino.
But never to that extent.
It's very hard to say, but do you think these teams should be allowed to go straight into qualifying?
What, the best of the best teams? Or the terrible ones?
No. Do you think that in the men's game, San Marino, Liechtenstein...
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And the same with the women's game. Do you think... I think the women's game kind of needs a different thing at the moment just because of there is less good teams, but...
It should be a cut-off, I think. Like, if actually use the FIFA World Rankings for once, for example.
I think there needs to be a preliminary round for them.
Of all the stinkers.
Like, whether they use their Nations League group. Because there are some games that are worth playing because one day, like, it's not impossible that Kosovo or Albania or someone like, I'm trying to think, like, those teams could beat an England or a Germany or a Holland on their day. They easily could. One of them teams, if they maybe get like one or two good players, or they just get a manager that plays very well, they could easily finish second and go to World Cup playoffs very easily. But I'm talking about your Liechtensteins, your San Marinos, Gibraltars, Andorra.
They should probably use the FIFA rankings a little bit.
Yeah, can they even use the Nations League as the qualifying tournament?
Yeah, because what they do is just stick every team in Europe into the European qualifiers, which makes sense. Obviously, it's universal, therefore anyone can qualify.
Yeah,
But realistically speaking, is it worth the England players flying out to San Marino to whack them 10-0?
Whilst the stadium...
That is a pointless trip.
Whilst the stadium is running on a backup generator and more England fans have turned up than San Marino fans.
Yes. That is a pointless trip. What's the point of having a team like San Marino in there? And I get it, for San Marino, obviously, it's probably their game of the century or whatever.
I think right? As a San Marino fan, I'm not a San Marino fan.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to be an admission then, as a San Marino fan.
I love the football they play.
Yeah, no.
I would want to watch them when they play against Moldova, when they play against Liechtenstein, when they play against teams where they can score and they actually get to watch their team attack.
Yeah.
That, for me, is a lot more interesting to watch. They do. When they play against other teams, they do attack every now and again. In the Nations League, they scored a few times.
I'll be honest, I'm not really an expert on San Marino football.
I'm not, but I've Googled them a few times just to see if they've ever scored a goal.
Yeah, no, they have. But
obviously, they scored against England, but...
And there are certain teams, though, that surely can't qualify. Surely can't. Like you say, San Marino, Liechtenstein...
Yeah.
You've got... The countries where... Like, UEFA can realistically look at a table of all the flags, and you can point out the ones that are realistically never going to get anywhere. You've got teams like your Liechtensteins.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not a Vatican City football club.
And it is mad. It is. I think at one point it was possible for a group to be drawn that contains like Italy, Holland, Denmark, and Sweden or something.
Well, yeah.
You've seen them other teams.
Yeah, like this World Cup, this upcoming World Cup. Either Portugal or Italy will not be at the World Cup.
Yeah.
They're drawn into the same qualifying
fair play to Serbia and teams like that have made it.
But there will be teams from, let's say, lesser continents. So let's say, what's a lesser continent for football? Let's say Asia. I could argue.
Asia, yes. Asia is a pretty boring one. You always see if Japan or South Korea at the World Cup.
Yeah. So, but then there are other teams from Asia. So, like the last World Cup, we had Iran.
Yeah, and Iran.
The World Cup, right? And so you're telling me that at the Qatar World Cup, you're going to have obviously Qatar, right?
And they're a top seed as well, aren't they? Because they're hosts.
Yeah. But you could have.
So we can't even draw Qatar.
No. But you could have, let's say, Iran or Saudi Arabia or someone, right? At the World Cup, but either Italy or Portugal won't be.
Yeah.
How can that be right? This is what I'm saying.
It's
how can you have a tournament that happens every 4 years, which is meant to be the best countries in the world,
and the European champions may not be there?
Exactly. How can you have the European champions not there? How does that work? Do you remember the World Cup? Was it 2018?
Italy didn't go to that, did they?
Where Italy and the Netherlands weren't there.
Yeah. Virgil van Dijk has never played at a World Cup.
That's what I mean. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
How can that be right?
It's so mad.
And I understand the universal opportunity. I get that. Right?
But just like in the English
not being funny, but all the best teams come from Europe or South America. Yes, okay, there are a few very good African
I have a good example of it, of where this kind of thing works. With the FA Cup.
Yes.
If you beat enough teams of your own level, you can there is always a dream there that you can play against Manchester United, you can play against Liverpool, you can play against Arsenal, and the way it's drawn, it's also, as well as being drawn in a way where the big teams don't have to come in for a while, it's drawn in a way where some little teams will always make it through.
Yes.
And you will always at some point play people that are on your level. There'll always be a point in the FA Cup where, like, you could get knocked out in the third qualifying round, and because you're a 10th tier team, it's an achievement.
Yeah. It's fine,
and you're happy with your run. Instead of first game, you don't play Man United or whatever. Say you're in 10th tier, first game you play Aldershot, or you play Woking, or you play Notts County. It's not a massive game, but you will lose.
Oh. Yeah. And it's a bit like that. Like, it must be. Obviously, I can't speak from experience, obviously, but being a Liechtenstein fan, for example, right? You're from Liechtenstein, you're in the European qualifiers, and you draw Germany. On one side, it's like, yeah, okay, cool, I get to watch Germany. But on the other side, you know you're going to get beaten 9-0.
You very, very rarely, compared to in the FA Cup and stuff like, you very rarely see shocks.
Yeah. But the thing with the European qualifiers is being from a smaller nation, it must be quite depressing.
Yeah,
because
like, what does San Marino get out of it? They just have to defend.
Every time you play a game in that qualifier, you know you're going to get beaten.
And in the women's game, it's even worse.
Yeah, and in the women's game,
it's so much worse.
Even worse.
England have scored 53 goals without reply in their qualifying group, and I think they've only played about 6 games.
It's unbelievable. Like,
yeah,
that's just the golfing quality. Like, England, the England women are very good.
They are. They should be challenging for the Euros this year.
It tells you the difference between the top and the bottom. Because England, what are we ranked in the world? Like third,
probably about third. I think Brazil are better than us, and like Spain, something, and France.
And San Marino are literally the worst.
Yeah.
We beat them by 10. I don't know where Latvia are, or particularly where England are in the women's game.
No, I think with the women's game, something else as well. You have teams in the men's game that are decent. You have your Macedonias, Austrias, ones like that. Their women's teams are awful. Yeah, they're not at the level yet. They haven't built up from development programs, stuff like the men have.
I feel like in the women's, from what I've seen of the women's game, like especially of the international women's game, it feels like you're either a top team or you're not. Like
Thailand at the actual World Cup lost 13-0.
Yes, yeah. Well, there was that example in the Olympics, wasn't there? They did the women's football in the Olympics, and Zambia lost about 10-3.
They come from Zambia.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great chant. But they lost about 10-3 in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, yes, it's great they got to the Olympics.
And the Olympics, to be fair, the Olympics does have qualifying, but their qualifying must have been so weak.
Yes. And it's great that they got to the Olympics for the Zambian people. Yes, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But at the same time, getting beaten 10-3 on worldwide television, it's not good.
Yeah, qualifiers, they have to be done, but in that way, like, what's the point?
Yeah, there's no point in putting England against San Marino, because we know who wins that.
The thing is, when you watch the teams,
there are teams who may as well already qualify.
Yeah,
like you're talking about probably Italy should already be.
You will have one group that is sometimes in doubt, and second place races are normally a lot more interesting.
Yeah, you have the group with Netherlands and like Denmark. Was it Denmark or was it Norway?
Denmark didn't lose a game in their group. Denmark won their group by an absolute landslide. Norway aren't going to the World Cup, so we're not going to see Haaland.
That's it. Yeah.
They finished third.
Yes, but you look at that and you think, like, Italy, for example, Italy should be at the World Cup already.
Yeah.
They won the Euros. They should be at the World Cup.
And they get to play this. That's going to be interesting. They get to play the new Super Cup thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly fair to have the European champions still have to go through qualifying.
Yeah.
I think the European, like, you can have this for the Copa America. You can have this for the African Cup of Nations. And for all of them. All of those, we'll call them domestic trophies.
And there's
the ones in your own continent.
There's no Confederations Cup anymore either, so you don't get any qualification things for winning them.
Yeah. But I think if you win your continental trophy, we'll call it.
Yeah, you should have to go.
You should be automatically there. You shouldn't have to do qualifying. You should already be there.
Yeah. And then that can be...
The only thing with that, though, thinking about it, is does qualifying happen before the tournament? Were we playing World Cup qualifiers before the Euros? I can't remember.
We were, but only because of COVID. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been. The groups would have been drawn, but no matches would have been played.
Right, yeah, okay.
And what you can do is they did it with the hosts when France were hosting the World Cup. They have a group of 5. France are in that group, but they play the fixtures, but they're all friendlies.
Yes, yeah.
So that you still get to test, if you're an Austria or a Norway or something, you still test yourself against the top team, the kind of teams that if you qualify, which realistically they could sneak a qualification.
Yeah.
That they'll be playing against, but they don't have no chance because France are in their group.
Yeah.
But still, that means you have to watch friendlies of like Andorra against France.
Yeah. And like as an England fan as well, like I'm sure you have the same thing. You know when you hear it's an international break, it's the worst thing ever because you know that you've got now like 2 weeks without Premier League football, and you're going to end up watching a game against San Marino and a game against Albania.
I dislike it even more now.
Yeah, like I can't be arsed.
With so many more of our players going on international breaks.
Yeah.
Soufal and Souček end up playing 3 games.
Yeah.
Antonio plays twice now, so have a private jet to get back on time.
Oh god, yeah, he's a Jamaican.
Rice has to pretend he's ill so that he doesn't have to play against San Marino.
Love that.
And we've had some others. Ben Rama, we're going to lose to AFCON, but at least we're not Liverpool.
At least you're not Liverpool.
That's the main reason I think Liverpool can't win the league.
Yeah.
No Salah, no Mane, no Keita, no.
Yeah.
And we will lose, I believe, only Ben Rama, Diop, and no, maybe Masuaku.
Oh, what a shame. I think we lose Eric Bailly and Amad Diallo. I think that's it.
Amad Diallo hasn't played a league game, but he's still going to go to the Ivory Coast.
If we bring in anyone in the January who's African...
Hally's going to lose Zaha, which would be funny.
Oh, that'd be funny. I forget that the African Cup of Nations happens mid-season, and the season carries on.
City are going to lose Mahrez, but they'll just chuck Foden
that's
right
fine.
with us. That's fine. Who cares?
Oh, Chelsea losing Mendy.
Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Go on, Kepa. In you go. Why not?
Oh, that'd be fun, but this international thing has been more interesting than I thought it would be, I've got to say, but...
It has been, yeah.
I think doing like international specials, when it's an actual tournament, it is fun, but...
Yes, yeah.
It's not when it's a break and some of them breaks, your games could be San Marino and Andorra.
Yeah, it's just a bit boring. Like, it's at a point, like, I remember watching the San Marino game, the 10-0.
I did watch it, yeah.
I was here watching it. And by the time we were 3-0 up, I basically stopped watching.
And you see as well...
It's just so boring.
We won 10-0, but it was our weaker team, and if we actually cared, we could have won about 15-20-0.
Yeah.
It wasn't
like
even England.
80% possession.
England would not even go. That's 10-0 without even getting out of second gear. If we had to,
Oh, go on.
If we had to put in a performance level, say that the amount of effort and the amount of class and just how much we try if we were playing Germany or France, if we put that into San Marino, it'd be 25-0.
Oh yeah. It was like playing against like semi-pro on FIFA. You know, like that you'd go forward. Yeah, you'd go forward. They clear the ball to the halfway line, and you pick the ball back up again. And just keep going and going and going.
I feel sorry for the San Marino goalkeeper. He's not actually that bad.
Well, I don't know, but
he's not that bad.
No,
but Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, but that was one of the most boring games of football I've ever watched because. Gets to a point like I've been to Wembley when we played San Marino.
Yeah,
I think we actually conceded in that game. It was like 7-1 we won in the end.
No, I'm sure we've only conceded once to them.
I definitely remember conceding to them, and I could be completely wrong.
I've got a big feeling we haven't. We conceded a goal against like a Moldova or someone like that. I'm pretty sure we did.
But I definitely was like in the stadium by the fourth. Everyone was just ironically jeering when we scored. So, like,
the biggest cheers in them games come when the goalkeeper touches the ball.
Yeah, basically.
Or when a paper plane hits a player.
I remember I went to it might have been the Ukraine game actually that we
yeah, I'm pretty sure we conceded against Ukraine. We used to always draw them.
Yeah. We beat them in the end, but that was actually an entertaining game. But when you go to like a San Marino, it's just boring.
Yeah.
Like, you go there, you play a second fiddle team, you don't even get to see your proper England team. You just go and bash them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not entertaining. It's not massively enthralling.
People just go to. Some people just go. A lot of the time, it's just like take kids or whatever and haven't been to a game before.
It's a good experience, obviously, to walk down Wembley Way and all that stuff. It's a really nice experience. But it's a really boring game. It is a really bad game.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, there's got to be something they can do about the qualifying thing.
Yeah, and any ideas, let us know. Let us know.
Get them in the comments.
Yeah, but I'm surprised we got as much chat out of that last point as we did. It actually was very interesting, but...
It was.
Yeah. I believe we're done for today.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, if anyone has any topics, any debate points they want to do, if anyone wants to have a right go at me because they're Ronaldo fanboys, think should have won the Ballon d'Or. More likely Messi, but yeah, your opinions are valid. But thank you to Matt for being here as always. He's got even more socials for me to forget to put in the description now.
Let's go.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, let's go.
Bye.